Good evening and welcome to a program devoted entirely to Lefties Losing It. Let's start with the entertainment world, and the latest production of Jesus Christ Superstar is underway, and this is who they've picked to play Jesus. Yes, they cast a black woman, Cynthia Erivo, to play Jesus. They're so brave when it comes to mocking or reimagining Christianity. They wouldn't do that with some other religions. Let's have a look at the performance at the Hollywood Bowl. Here is Cynthia with Adam Lambert, who played Judas. Yeah, I don't understand it either. Talking about being confused, let's check in on Joe Biden. He appeared at the National Bar Association Gala in Chicago, and he appeared lost right from the start. Look at him. This is the man the Democrats and the media told you was cognitively sound. Let's hear from the former president now. The speech started badly, and sadly, it only got worse from there.
Dominique Calhoun, and all of the other past presidents, including my friend Ben Crump. And thank you for honoring me with this award. It's a big deal. You're the reason that you got me started, not a joke. I've been doing this and I've been elected office for 52 years now.
Not a joke, folks. And here is Joe in shouty mode telling us what we already knew. He picked Kamala Harris because of her gender and her race.
And I was proud to ask Kamala Harris to run with me, be the first black woman to serve as Vice President of the United States. It was important. As president, I made the cause of civil rights and equality the foundation of everything I did.
And talking about Kamala, let's see this bizarre book promotion by the former vice president. Someone in Kamala's marketing team clearly hates her, because why else would you have her doing this?
Everyone thinks you've been kicking back, drinking margaritas on the beach. But really, you've been hard at work writing a book, meeting with leaders, thinking about the future of our country. Who said that?
And Kamala is out there promoting the hell out of this book. Here she is with sacked late night TV host Stephen Colbert. And wowee, wasn't this a scintillating interview?
I like these kinds of ear pods that have the thing, because I've served on the Senate Intelligence Committee. I have been in classified briefings, and I'm telling you, like, don't be on the train using your ear pods and thinking somebody can't listen to your conversation. I'm just telling you, that's a little bit more secure.
Yes, she likes the ear pods with the thing and just the mad cackling. I've got to say, I have missed that mad cackling. I've missed the incoherent, meandering, pointless sentences as well.
I mean, there's a lot of personal stuff in the book. I mean, poor Dougie.
You're blowing the lid off of Doug? What's going on?
For example, my birthday's in October. The election's in November. You see where I'm going.
Kamala, believe me when I say I have no idea what you're talking about or where you're going. And frankly, I don't think you do either. I think every sentence for Kamala is a bit of a mystery. She doesn't know exactly where she's going to end up or how she'll get there. Let's get back to what she says was a highlight of her book, the personal stuff. Sounds enthralling.
Dougie kind of dropped the ball on my big birthday.
He didn't get you anything?
Oh, you have to read the book.
All right, just tell me the page. Tell me the page.
Can't wait to read that. Promises to be a real page-turner. But surely Kamala can answer this next question about who is currently leading the Democrats.
Who's leading the Democratic Party? I'm just curious.
There are lots of leaders, and
there's generally a leader of the Democratic Party. You know, like, oh, that's the leader of the Democratic Party. And who comes to mind?
I think there are a lot of, I'm not going to go through names because then I'm going to leave somebody out and then I'm going to hear about it. But let me say this. I think it is a mistake for us who want to figure out how to get out and through this and get out of it to put it on the shoulders of any one person.
Nice try, Kamala, but you cannot name a single leader. You cannot answer the simplest and most obvious of questions. And the Democrats are in such dire straits that you, the worst presidential candidate perhaps ever, you, Kamala, are still the front runner to be the 2028 candidate. Yep, the polls and even CNN confirm that the Democrat brand is complete garbage.
One of the reasons why there is no front runner, nobody wants to put anybody up at the top of their ballot list, is because at this particular point, the Democratic brand is in the basement. It is total and complete garbage in the mind of the American public.
The Democrats are in all sorts of trouble. Their brand is in the toilet and circling the drain, and things are about to get worse with a new congressional map in Texas being voted on. And that has Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett losing it. She may even lose her seat. She's certainly lost all sense of decorum. Listen to how she speaks about President Donald Trump here.
Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Okay, we know that. Yes, yes. He is. He is. He is. But in a functioning democracy, he still would not be able to get away with this.
After her foul-mouthed, ghetto-like tirade against the US president, Jasmine went on the attack, this time with the Supreme Court, making all sorts of wild claims.
But most importantly, the courts, especially the Supreme Court, is complicit. And so I think one of the places that we have to start is we are absolutely, they are the highest court in the lands, and they have no ethics guardrails. Now you go down to the lower courts and they do. How much sense does that make? When we know that they're taking money, we have the paper trail, and they refuse to put guardrails on themselves, so it's time for us to do it for them.
That all sounds rather insurrection-y to me. She doesn't respect the rulings of the Supreme Court. Did she just accuse them of taking bribes? And here she is threatening to beat down Republicans.
They expect Democrats to kind of be the nice guys that we are. They expect us to take the punch and say thank you. Well, I am here to tell you not only are we going to punch back, but we about to beat you down.
No one thinks Democrats are the nice guys, Jasmine. And did you see the others clapping there like deranged seals? And talking about deranged, here is Democrat Senator Minority Leader Chuck Schumer lying, just lying.
You know, it keeps getting worse. Today, Donald Trump and the White House announced they're going to spend $200 million to build a large, fancy White House ballroom. This is what Doge was all about, folks. Cutting things, taking things away from you, and not giving it to some place that needed it, giving it to the big shots who run the show, Donald Trump at the top of the list. Maybe he can park his new plane in the big ballroom. It's probably big enough.
Now, Chuck knew he was lying there. He knew. He's not stupid, but he knows he can get away with it. And so he felt rather comfortable fronting the media to repeat those same lies, suggesting taxpayers were footing the bill for this planned ballroom. Watch this clip, followed by a quick fact check from Caroline Levitt.
Here's even something more confounding. Some breaking news. Just now, the White House announced construction of a $200 million White House ballroom that will begin in September. A $200 million ballroom. Where'd this money come from? Did Congress appropriate it? I don't think so. It's almost like Doge was never about waste at all.
President Trump and other donors have generously committed to donating the funds necessary to build this approximately $200 million structure.
Now, I've often argued that we need to bring back asylums, make asylums great again, and here is further proof that there is a shortage. This lefty is having a murderous meltdown because Donald Trump axed taxpayer-funded NPR and something called Tiny Desk. Cue tantrum.
I don't give a
Just kill him! You have to!
Now let's check in on some activists, those keen enough to make signs and turn up to protests claiming the president is a fascist and the real criminals are in the White House. You know, you'd expect those folk to be really across the issues, have some in-depth knowledge.
What crimes have they committed?
Trump?
Yeah, the ones in the Oval Office. What crimes have those people committed?
You want to look it up on Wikipedia? There's like a list.
Well, you made the sign, so I'm asking you.
It's true. I'm at a protest, though.
Yeah.
I don't need to know anything. I'm here for my community.
Okay, so you make a sign about people being criminals, but you don't know what you made it for?
All right, so I make a sign supporting my community and the people in it. Yeah. And I'm not ashamed.
I think he should be ashamed of it, but here are some more protesters who have absolutely no idea what they're protesting, who they're protesting or why, but they're there holding signs.
Do you think Charlie Kirk is a white supremacist?
I don't know who that is.
It's who you're protesting.
Charlie who?
Charlie Kirk.
I don't know who Charlie Kirk is.
He's the CEO of Turning Point USA. It's the whole reason for the protest.
Now, I've been accused of stereotyping folks with septum rings as lefties. Well, here is a septum-wearing lefty confirming that it's not a stereotype, it's just facts.
All leftists look the same. Yeah, babe, it's because we want you to know, okay? I put the septum ring on and I said, everybody is going to be able to identify me as a leftist. Yeah.
And here is another sad girl with a septum ring living up to the stereotype beautifully.
I'm definitely not proud to live in this country. Trump is a piece of shit. The Republican Party is a piece of shit. You know why Kamala gave me hope? It wasn't her, it was Tim Walz. I'm a Minnesotan. I know what he stands for.
Now, this next clip is rather adorable. Here you have a lefty mum, a Democrat, being trolled by her own son. This is love.
So I'm staying the night with my son, and he has a very sick sense of humor. He made a Trump bedroom for me. Notice Trump toilet paper, Trump mug shots. And he said, open the closet, open the closet. A life-size freaking, I don't even believe it.
Superb. She may be a lefty, but obviously she's raised a sensible son. I think you should do that to any lefty family members you may have. If you invite them over, decorate the room accordingly. Now, President Trump was asked about the ad that's got everyone talking, American Eagle's Sydney Sweeney ads, and watch his reaction when he's told the actress is a registered Republican.
Sydney Sweeney, she's like a very hot actress right now.
She's a registered Republican? Yes. Oh, now I love her ad. Is that right? Is Sydney Sweeney? You'd be surprised at how many people are Republicans. That's what I wouldn't have known, but I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic.
Let's check in on how MSNBC are going. Here they try to do a live cross, but there's an aggrieved young man who looks rather familiar, and he had this important message to impart to MSNBC viewers.
We just watched the speaker gavel out with a whole lot of anger, Kelly. Here's the state of play. Here's
MSNBC sucks.
Hey, how are you?
MSNBC sucks.
Talk to you for a second.
MSNBC sucks.
You can see.
Okay.
You can see the frustration.
Sometimes this happens.
Yep, that's our own Alex Stein, Primetime 99. He's making sure MSNBC's remaining viewers know that MSNBC sucks. And he wasn't done yet, though the MSNBC anchor thought he was.
Ryan has cleared the set, as we would like to say. The gentleman moved on. So, Ryan, let me turn back to you. Nicely handled there. Can you give us an update on, as you were walking us through this, we'll all take a breath there. Maybe not. Okay. Go ahead, Ryan. See,
hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Okay. We're just going to pull the plug there. Thank
Kelly,
you,
this
Ryan.
is all playing out in real time.
It sure
Passion is high.
Yes.
There's a whole lot of anger here, as you can see. So we're going to get a control of this and come back to you when we can.
Fair enough, fair enough. And we recognize people are expressing their views, and we're there to cover it.
Lizzo has taken aim at American Eagle, mocking their ads featuring Sydney Sweeney. First, she posted this to Instagram with the caption, "My jeans are black," and then she released this video.
Oh, give me some space. It's way too hot up in here. I'm sweating out of my lace. Don't need no bottle service. We pulled up with our drinks. Trunk full of that Ace. Trunk full of that Henny. If we ain't got no Waffle House, we pulling up to the Denny's. I'ma give him a grand slam. He pulling off of the panties. The way he hit from the back, I might give him one of my Grammys. Did this for the culture. That left, right, and that bend it over. Got scissor and Dolce. I ate that. Now let's do it over. What did I told you? I'm going into October. Like the fun is over. Like summer's over.
You know what? The end of the body positivity movement has been great for Lizzo. She has dropped a lot of weight, which is wonderful for her health. And I'm just glad her pants are intact these days. I'm sorry for what you're about to see. Now, this next young lady is here to school us. Unfortunately, around 82% of everything she says is inaccurate, but good on you for trying, love.
First of all, you don't get denim blue without black hands, without black knowledge. So why are they still centering whiteness to sell us something that we literally built? The iconic denim blue wouldn't exist without indigo. And indigo didn't grow here. Indigo was brought here along with the people who knew how to grow it, how to ferment it, and how to turn it into dye. That deep blue, our ancestors mastered it long before white people knew what to do with the plant.
Now, let's check in on MSNBC, the mental health facility posing as a TV network. And I wonder, is Rachel Maddow still having paranoid fantasies about living under a dictatorship? This woman needs help.
Life has not stopped, and none of our personal lives have stopped. But also, at the same time, life in the United States is profoundly changing, is profoundly different than it was even 6 months ago. Because we do now live in a country that has an authoritarian leader in charge. We have a consolidating dictatorship in our country.
Incredible. How that woman shows her face after all the lies, all the misinformation she pushed about the Russian collusion hoax is beyond me. She is shameless. And talking about shameless, just when you thought the awfuls, that's the affluent white female lefties, just when you thought they couldn't get any crazier, here they accuse God of not receiving the Virgin Mary's consent.
Well, he didn't. The Holy Spirit conceived Jesus in her womb.
Did Mary give God consent to put Jesus inside of her?
Okay, here is another totally rational awful telling you that if you don't wear masks when you're out of your home, then you're all for killing disabled black folk.
Good genes passed on to offspring? That American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is literally overt eugenics. I know you don't want to hear this, but if you want to talk about how that ad is promoting eugenics, which it absolutely is, we also have to talk about how choosing not to wear a mask when you can during an ongoing pandemic, because you're okay with a certain subset of people, primarily disabled people of color, dying for your own comfort, is also eugenics, just the more normalized kind.
We're going to stick with the awfuls. Here's one in the wild. She thinks she's saving the world by obstructing ICE officers.
Don't fucking push me. You're taking him before I can take a phone number from him?
You need to stop.
You need to stop kidnapping people off the street.
100%.
You just dragged him away when I'm trying to call his family for him.
You're making an arrest. You need to stay
Show
back
me your
from my
arrest
road.
warrant then. Show me your arrest warrant.
I don't need to show you anything.
Yeah, because you're a liar.
You're not an interested party. You have no right to see that.
Stop. You guys are kidnapping people off the street.
In this next clip, we've got a very foolish prediction from an awful. Be careful what you wish for, lady.
unpopular opinion, but if we took all MAGA men from ages 18 to 50 and replaced them with immigrants, violence against women and children would decrease to almost 0%.
Now let's step up the crazy and hear from Democrat Texas State Rep Yolanda Jones. Here she claims American citizens will be deported, and she even compares the Texas redistricting to the Holocaust.
And then integration happened and everybody thought they accept us. They don't accept us. They are showing us who they are. We should believe them. And we better have the courage to stand up. Otherwise, we will fall for anything. And in this country, we will be defeated, deported. I mean, we will lose all of our rights. And if you think it can't happen, it can. And I will liken this to the Holocaust. People are like, well, how did the Holocaust happen? How was somebody in a position to kill all them people? Well, good people remain silent. Or good people didn't realize that what happens to them can very soon happen to me or somebody I love.
Can you believe that? You've got Don Lemon just nodding along like the fool he is. Now let's see what happens at a leftist protest when someone is misgendered. Oh no.
Shut up! LGBTQ. These are radical Christians in there that are housing neo-Nazis. Right, but you're defending. God, they don't, stupid.
They don't push gays off the top.
Are you kidding? Shut the up, you bigot. Shut the up. You don't want to learn.
He needs to learn how to communicate like you do.
Shame!
Oh, are you going to threaten me?
Did you misgender her? Did you misgender her?
Apparently.
Now, here are some truly confused folk in London. Not only do they not really know what gender they are, but they are chanting for Palestine, a place where they would not be allowed to march, they wouldn't be allowed to chant, they wouldn't be allowed to exist. This is like turkeys chanting for Christmas.
Palestine will live forever! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Palestine!
Staying in the UK, the kids are revolting at the University of Birmingham.
We, an autonomous grouping of disenfranchised students, have today entered into occupation inside the building of Guild of Students in the University of Birmingham for the duration of the NUS conference, Lead and Change. After NUS have refused to answer our open letter calling out their complicity in genocide, instead responding indirectly to pressure without acknowledging it by publishing a statement which pretends to call for justice, but which, unlike their older statement on the Middle East crisis, doesn't commit to any plan or real action from NUS.
Profound. Like I said, the kids are revolting, and I wouldn't suggest wearing that outfit in Gaza, love, but imagine being so far left that the far left NUS, the National Union of Students, is not left enough for you.
Who stand fundamentally opposed to genocide, who have been marginalised by NUS's political abdication in the face of genocide. Our occupation will last for the duration of the Lead and Change conference. We're prepared to disrupt any location should the organisers attempt to transfer to another venue.
Oh, I know what you're saying. You want to hear more from that rather odd, confused girl. Well, here she is. Her name is Star. And here she accuses the student union of being complicit in genocide.
50 universities around the UK that have signed an open letter condemning the NUS's complicity in the genocide of Palestinians. This is an appalling, embarrassing attempt to stifle the student voice and contribute to the normalisation of genocide.
Now, let's see what the leader of the free world was up to earlier today. Yes, the President of the United States was on the roof of the White House.
Sir, why are you on the roof?
Mr. President, what are you doing up there?
What are you looking at?
Talk to us.
How does the new Rose Garden look?
The ballroom, which is on the other side. Are you Hello, Peter. Looking good, Peter.
Looking good, Peter. That would be Peter Doocy. And the President was quite happy to answer questions from the roof.
Are you going to build up here? What does that mean?
What do you... 4 ways to spend my money.
Can you give us another thing?
We'll show you. It's just another way to spend my money for the country. Anything I do is financed by me, so you know, it's contributed.
Now, watch just how low and deplorable these anti-Trump activists were willing to go, whether they were in the intelligence community or the media. This exchange between James Comey and Stephen Colbert should be studied by future generations. This is beyond Orwellian. And as you watch this, remember Comey knew the Steele dossier was utter fiction, manufactured for the Democrats.
You went in January of 2017 to tell President Trump about the Steele dossier. How did you tell him that there was a, and I want to put this delicately, pee-pee tape? How did you tell him about that rumor?
I spoke about information, unverified, that related to an allegation that he was with prostitutes in a hotel in Moscow and that the Russians had videotaped it. I didn't go into the rest of it. I thought that was notice enough. And I was.
So you didn't mention the salacious detail of the two prostitutes getting up on the bed that the Obamas had stayed in, because it was the presidential suite, and engaging in some water play. You didn't mention that at all.
I thought I'd served enough notice without going to that part.
Okay. And what did he say when you told him about this?
He denied it. He interrupted me and denied it in pretty strong terms.